Yo, did you catch this flashback?
Artie, you tell Miss Wendy, you're not going to run me out of town. I'm staying right here in Philadelphia, and you need to respect that. It was an embarrassment to me. And just because you're a freak, you don't have to let the whole world know it. My church friends are even listening to it now. You need to get that crap together and do what you got to do. I can understand it's your job and all that, but you have to go into detail about all that freaky stuff. How you doing? End of message.
This it right here. Miss a day, miss a whole lot. Coming through your speakers, boy. It's Wendy, man.
Hey, everybody. It's Advice Hour here on the Wendy Williams Experience. Or will we all be watching Martin Bashir and Michael Jackson in the report? ABC News. Well, tonight, 9 o'clock Eastern Time, prime time, is going to feature Martin Bashir detailing and talking about these allegations, Michael Jackson's friendships with boys. It's 2 hours. So I hope this is not a repeat of what we've already seen, the Michael Jackson, Martin Bashir interview. I'm curious, so I'll be watching. Anyway, dear Wendy, I like a nice clean landing strip down there. Where can I go to get a good bikini wax? Let's see. This is signed Bush from Midtown. So this person's in Manhattan with a big old bush. Don't worry about that. We'll take it next time around, Art. Don't worry about that now. We'll take it next time. Anyway, Bush goes on to say, I don't like the place I went last time. The guy that waxed me had clammy hands and he just seemed a little too excited to do the wax. That just turned me off. Anyway, any suggestions? Bush, I've had problems with bikini waxes, because about the time that, I'm on all fours with my leg up like I'm a dog at a hydrant, first of all, I've never gone to a man for a bikini wax. That would make me absolutely uncomfortable. But just about the time my leg is up and they're about to put the wax on, they go into show talk. And I'm like, oh, crap. Who wants to talk about the show or even acknowledge that she even knew who I... Can't I just be Mrs. Hunter in here? I'm getting my bush wax. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So I found this spot that I choose not to mention on the air. Operated an entirely foreign operation, and all I am is some black woman that comes in there and raises my legs, and that's the way I like it, for the purpose of a wax. You know what I mean? Because it's too intimate. Who wants to be having conversation? Oh, a tan line. You went on vacation. Where'd you go? Shut up. Just wax. So, Bush, I've had bad experiences. I finally found a great place. I'm not sharing. I'm sorry. Allow me that one. I share with everything, but I can't share with that. Thanks. Dear Wendy, I love the show, but I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place. I need your advice. I've been sleeping with a married man for the past 2 years. We've never had a problem as far as the wife finding out. Anyway, recently I met someone else, and I really like this person. I was going to tell the married guy about my new friend, but he caught me with him before I had a chance to tell him. On Saturday night, the married guy came to my house unannounced and let himself in with his key. Oh. That's what a chain on the inside of the door is for, by the way. But, I'll continue. This was about 10:30 in the morning, and my new friend and I were in bed together, and we weren't doing anything. We just woken up. So the married guy, he didn't say anything at first. He just walked out of the bedroom and went and sat down in the living room. I got out of bed and went to the living room thinking now is the best time to tell him. And when I did that, he gave me an ultimatum. All right, sidebar. Picture this, a married man giving, the side whore an ultimatum. You know what I'm saying? He has nerve, and she has nerve to even give him the respect. Like, I want to tell him. What? You don't have to respect him, and he doesn't have to respect you. All right, hold on. Let me continue. Give him an ultimatum. He told me that if I don't stop seeing the other guy, then he couldn't see me anymore. Oh, gee, you mean he'd actually have to go back to being a husband? Gee, gads. The big deal is that the married guy is older and more financially stable. This is where the whore part comes in. I'm 24, I work, but I kind of look forward to the financial assistance. And the new guy don't got no money, and I really like him. Now I don't know which one I would like to keep in my life.
Yeah, baby.
What should I do? Ho, get a second job. That's what you do. I don't understand how you're going to think I'm feeling any different ways as a married woman. You know what I'm saying? You know, I do my best to side with, you know, the married people, not the jump off whores. And by the way, despite that you've been seeing him for 2 years of your 24-year young life, he's got no claims on you. And I can't believe you were actually respecting him enough that you were wondering how to tell him that you met somebody. Isn't that the Don't you keep a side hoe around until they do meet somebody? And then once they meet somebody, it's a given that they're going to move on with their life. They're going to straighten up from their hoedom. Hopefully karma won't be a bitch like it usually is. And will allow the side whore to fall in love and go on and learn error of her ways. The married man will go on about his business, whether he gets another jump off or decides to, you know, be a decent married man and keep it together or whatever.
But that was some good coochie, though.
It wasn't the coochie, it was the Lucci. Didn't you hear what she said?
No, for him.
Well, yeah. And plus he's older, so you know what that's all about. Control, and she's all young and dumb and broke.
Yeah, baby.
That's the way many older married men like them.
Yeah, baby.
You owe him no explanation. And you shouldn't have given him keys to your place unless, broke bitch, he's paying for you to stay there. I don't understand where people get off, asking, talking to a married woman like this.
You are on your game today.
But I'm just saying.
Yeah, baby.
Where do people get off talking to a married woman like this? It's difficult for me to side with a hoe.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I try where I can, but it's difficult. You understand?
She's angry, Dave.
Mm-hmm. Well, only because did you hear how she put this down? I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place. You are stuck with nothing. Where do you think having an affair with a married man is going to lead you? What do you think? 10 years from now, you all are still going to be together? Oh, I know. You're waiting for the wife to die so you can become the missus, so that he can marry you and do the same thing to you that he's done to her? What do you think? That just because... Oh, well, whatever.
Put that where? Back there.
Thank you, Vivica. God. Dear Wendy, I'm a 45-year-old woman who's been dating a 37-year-old man for the past 5 years. Wendy, in 5 years, he's only given me a Valentine's Day gift one time. Flowers he took from his job. Wendy, I was at his job yesterday, and a woman got off the elevator, and he yelled to her, "I have something for you." Just then, Wendy handed her a box of chocolates and a dozen roses, a long dozen of the most beautiful long stem roses that he went out and purchased. I guess you can only imagine what I felt at that moment. Wendy, I exploded right in front of the woman and his coworkers, reminding him that in 5 years he's never brought me anything. I was his woman and not her, and he had some damn nerve. Well, the other woman, although she agreed with me, didn't know what to do, so she just left while he stood there trying to explain himself. I think that he thinks that I overreacted. Wendy, after the anger and the hurt, I ended the relationship. Did I overreact? No. That was her question, so I'm just going to stick to that answer, and we'll move on to the next one. Guys, sometimes you don't get the signals when a girl's really liking you, so I thought I'd help you out. I have my girls go online, and oh my gosh. Girls, this is supposed to be 4 ways. Oh, wait. Oh, is she coming on to you? No, here it is. All right, and here's what they say. Her hands give you the hints, guys. Weird but true. We expose our wrists and our palms of our hands only to people that we're interested in. Body language experts explain that it's a subconscious display of submissiveness in which she's saying to you non-verbally, if you want me, you can have me. So observe the palms. That's good. I learned that in body language class. Also, her figure is facing your way. Well, we learned that too. Her desire is heading in your direction. Her desire is heading in the direction of her body. Her body language, her legs, her arms widened and, upper body facing you, leaning in your direction, all saying that she's comfortable, i.e. she wants to be with you, near you, like that. Well, that's it. Girls, there was only 1 page to this report. I liked what they were saying. I agree with both things. All right. Let's continue. Dear Wendy, I'm a 36-year-old single woman with a 17-and-a-half-year-old child who will soon be going to college. I feel like it's time for me to do me. I've been toying with the idea of getting a tummy tuck and breast implants. My friends and family are totally against it. They're always the biggest haters, by the way. I have a consultation with a plastic surgeon for a tummy tuck. However, I'm hesitant about the breast implants. Is there any advice you can give me about breast implants? I don't know anyone personally who has had them, and I want to do my homework. That's from Sue. Yeah, Sue. Well, what I suggest about the breast implants is that you get them under the muscle, not over the muscle. That way you can get a clear-cut look at your mammogram. And even then, nothing's clear at a mammogram. Things come out fuzzy and they call you back 5,000 times, to get re-looked at and stuff. But I would suggest under the muscle. Now, I'm going to tell you something right now. Since you've delivered a baby, you know the feeling. Breast implants under the muscle are the worst pain I have ever felt in my entire life. Worse than delivery. Worse than a tummy tuck. Worse than, falling and scraping your knee when you're 3, when you think the world is over because your knee is on fire. The worst. Worse than a tight weave. Pulling your hair like there's no... Worse. The under the muscle implant is the worst, most excruciating pain you could ever imagine. You will not be sleeping on your stomach for weeks. You will barely be able to tolerate your sides. You will not be putting your hands over your head. It's the absolute worst feeling of your... If you have a propensity towards addiction, anything, watch the painkillers. Because the pain is so bad that if you were ever going to be addicted to a painkiller, that would be the operation where it would happen. But get them under the muscle. Because in the end... You could, when you do your checks and you're in the shower and stuff, like it gives you a nice clear, because all you're feeling is your own flesh on top of them. That's all. Nothing is foolproof, as far as cancer, because, you hear all these stories about women who, oh my gosh, I just had a mammogram, nobody detected anything. 2 months later, they have breast cancer, yada, yada, yada. But my suggestion is under the muscle and saline. And whatever size you're thinking of doing, go up a size, because it's been my experience with friends that I've known who've gotten breast implants. And also I have a close relationship with my own plastic surgeon because I talked to him. I asked 1,000 questions, and I've been back to him so many times. Hi, Dr. Memeniscus. He's in Philadelphia. If you're, like, for instance, going to get a C cup, I would suggest a double C or a small D, because what the doctor has informed me, and what has been my experience in my personal life dealing with other people breast implants. Women always want to get something sensible. They're a little bit hesitant. They're so scared about with their family and friends and stuff. And then after all the swelling's gone down, they're like, oh, that's it. Damn, I wish I went up a size. You know what I mean? And it's expensive. If you're going to get, new Hooters expect to pay between $4,500 and $10,000. Anybody who's charging you less, you don't want discount plastic surgery. But ask questions. For the time that you're dealing with and spending your hard-earned money, your surgeon should be your best body friend. Don't hold back anything. And when he asks you how much you weigh, don't lie about it, because they give you anesthesia based on your weight. So if you try to lie and say you weigh 25 pounds less, then you could die under your anesthesia. All right? So be very honest. And when he's marking you up for your tummy tuck, don't hold your stomach in like we tend to do sometimes, when people are looking at us stark naked. Let your stomach go. Let it all go. Don't hide anything. Your plastic surgeon, for the time you're going through your ordeal, he is your best confidant friend. He's seeing all the flaws that you hide with clothes. Let him see it and be honest and truthful, and ask every single last question that you can possibly ask before you go under. And you take good care of yourself, Mama. She's 36. Her 17-and-a-half-year-old boy. She's ready to live the next part of her life. There's something to be said for having your kids young. Look at her. I'm just getting into it, and she's already out of it. That's hot, Sue. Go on, girl. Advice Hour continues from the phones.
It's Wendy, man.
Hey, Wendy.
Hi.
A boyfriend gave himself a wet smoothie or whatever. He said he almost burnt his off.
The Wendy Williams Experience. Yo, did you catch this flashback?
Now, Dave, you used to be white. So did I. I don't remember the song Lights. Now, I knew the Journey music.
I do remember the music, but I don't remember Lights either.
When I was growing up, the white people in Ocean Township, they loved Journey.
Yeah,
you know,
big time.
And the Grateful Dead. Riding my train, high on cocaine.
Yeah.
Casey Jones, you better watch your speed. Trouble ahead, trouble behind.
Ooh, second verse.
I used to be white.
God, this it right here. Miss a day, miss a whole lot. Coming through your speakers, boy. It's Wendy, man.
All right. It's Advice Hour on the Wendy Williams Experience. Hello.
What's up, Wendy?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm all right. How are you?
Fine, thanks.
Hey, listen, I got a little 3-year-old, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't talked to him yet about inappropriate touching.
Wow, okay. I got a 4-year-old. Go ahead.
My question is, how you told little Kev? How'd you tell him? And what'd you say to him?
First of all, we've started to use the bathroom door, and not just started, but I enforce it. You don't walk in the bathroom with inappropriate looking, or when mommy's changing or whatever. But
At what age, though?
He's a sexual being. Well, unfortunately, I don't know what the right age is, but I can tell you for us, I started enforcing it like with an iron fist about 6 months ago.
Okay.
And he has since stopped. He'll say, "Mommy, are you dressed?" And then he'll come in.
Got it.
With his father, he and his father, they're two guys, and he's seeing the wonderment of a big, strong man. One day I'll have hair, on my penis. One day I'll have hair under my arms and, like that. But the touching part, there never was any touching. Every once in a while, when he was light enough for me to hold him, which is, I even picked him up, I would say in about a year. He weighs like 90 pounds now. But he would give me a poke in the breast, and he would say, "Poke, poke, mommy's boobs," and he doesn't do that anymore.
Right. Now, what about strangers, though, is more what I'm talking about.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ooh. Well, does your daughter, is your son or daughter?
Son.
Does he know what privacy is?
No.
Okay. Not privacy, I mean privates. Like, those are your private parts.
No.
They're to be covered and like that.
No.
Perhaps you should start with a conversation about privates.
Right.
And about how, the privates aren't to be shown to the world and so on and so forth. That's one thing that he understood from the beginning, because we use the word privacy and privates for the private parts. Break it down to him, and then clench your teeth together and talk real greasy to him and let him know next time he does that, you know what I'm saying, and you know the rest.
Yeah.
I don't want DIFUS to be called on either of us, but you know exactly what I'm saying.
So I shouldn't show him any moves.
Movies? Moves?
Oh, I'm kidding.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
My wife told me he came out of the bathroom once, and he had not locked himself in there, but he was in there, and he came out at attention, and should we talk to him about it? So my wife asked me, said, "You want to talk to him about that?"
No, they just get erections.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. No. Was he asking about it?
He didn't ask about it, but he wasn't showing us, and he just would say, "Don't come in, don't come in. I'm not done yet." Because we think he's in there going to the bathroom.
Oh, well, wow. See, we don't let him close the door like that and keep us out. I close the door on him, but he will not close the door on me.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, no.
When my wife asked me if I wanted to talk to him about it, I said, "What do you mean? You want me to show him some moves?"
Yeah, it's weird with the kids. This must be your first.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're believe me, brother, we are navigating through this parenthood thing and learning together.
Right, because I'm not even he doesn't know that those are private. So
yeah.
I didn't know how to introduce it to him without scaring him. Wait a second, there's something, that shouldn't happen?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah, I would say, start with the privates and what girls have and what boys have and what you do and don't do in public, and then clench your teeth and tell him the next time he acts inappropriate out there like that you will, ...
Great advice.
Yeah. Well, I got my own parents. Thank God they're alive and well, but I would never call them and ask them what to do for this, because then they think I'm incompetent.
Right.
You know what I mean? Are your mom and dad alive?
Yeah.
Do you ask them about parenting much?
Not really, no.
Yeah, because they're too critical.
That's why we call you.
Yeah. Oh, gee, it's the blind leading the blind. Thank you for listening to the show. Good luck.
Thanks, Wendy.
No. Well, dear Wendy, first of all, how you doing? My name is Lady. I live in Jersey City, New Jersey. Now, I have a friend who is not very true. I've been there with her through thick and through thin for 6 years, and she let someone else plan her baby shower and didn't tell me that she was engaged to her baby's father, who beats her. Wendy, what should I do? Please help. P.S. I love your show. Oh, well, friendship over. Who's planning the shower? Because no best friend would overrule my sister. You see what I'm saying? I don't care if I've been best friends with you for all my life. Any baby shower would be planned by my sister. So, lady, who's planning the baby shower? Second of all, as far as being engaged to her baby's father, she probably didn't tell you because she's embarrassed, A, because he beats her. Also, she put the cart before the horse. She already has the baby. What is the big deal about the engagement? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I mean, lady, why don't you have a conversation with her? Because that you understand what I'm saying? And plenty of people do that. I am not judging, saying that, you should get married first and then have a baby, because, that's neither here nor there. But the point is that after you've had a baby by a man and then you get engaged, like, what's the biggie? And if he's beating the crap out of you, then you're kind of embarrassed by that whole thing. A shout out to the married women sounding off about me sounding off to that, broke whore from the last break. Wendy, I feel you on that broke botch thing. From one married woman to another. Dumbass, grown up, giving her jump off a key to her house. People get killed for ish like that. Mm-hmm. Dear Wendy, since when do you have to explain anything to a jump off, especially a jump off that's married? And blah, blah, blah. That's from Mindy. But I got one very interesting from a woman who starts out by saying, Wendy, I'm a faithful listener to your radio show. You have the nerve to sit on the radio and call someone a whore because she's sleeping with a married man, and she goes on to bless me out. So keep it here. I'm going to continue to address just this facts, because then really the celebrities are acting up, honey. We got to put our own problems to the side and deal with their problems, because that's what we're all here for, isn't it? I mean, I love Advice Hour as much as everybody else, but the very foundation of the Wendy Williams experience, much to my chagrin, is gossiping about celebrities. So let's do the damn thing. Keep it here.
Wendy, man.
An ex-boyfriend, he wants to fight me.
How old is everybody?
I'm 43. She's 38. And he's 40.
The Wendy Williams experience.